The Alter Rebbe is discussing Midas Ahava. He says there's a Madrega Tak of Ava Rabbe. And Ava Rabbe is Avedis Matone. It's a whole nother story. But Ava Rabbe is an end. You don't reach Ava Rabbe until you've gone through all the steps. And when you take a hold of the Madrega of Ava Rabbe, then you're talking the Madrega of Ben, of Zocher. We think about the Eibishter, like we're going to see later on in this page. But if you're not holding Madrega of Ava Rabbe, you hold Madrega of Ava Selah. Well, you love the Eibishter because of the Shaychas Eibishter to the world, which is also not bad. Hatzad HaShova Shabahen Ava Rabbe and Ava Selah is his bonus. Then he said that usually Yiras first, then Ava. And then he used yesterday a funny lotion. Derech mikir of Eiros Shah, Bashdocha Potes Meisa Vayla Terech Shah. You can have Ava before Yira. And another point that he mentioned was that if the Ava is in the Madrega of the Imcha Leicha Fatzti, in other words, the deeper the Ava, the less there's room for an alternative Ava. If you have a more limited Ava, you can love the Eibishter, you can love pizza. But ultimately, the highest Madrega's Ava is you can't desire anything else. It says, Dal Rebbe Perek Mem Dal, V'hinei. Kol Madregas Ahava. Each Madrega of Ahava. Mibeis Madregas. From both levels. Ahava Rabba v'Ahava Selah. The Ahava Rabba, which is called Avedis Matana, which is Mamish coming from the Pnimius HaNeshama. And also it's connected to his bonus, but it's Avedis Matana. And Ahava Selah, which is Pashat loving Hashem because of the reality of the world, what the Eibishter gives us. Is Nachlakas Lakama Bechinas Madregas Le'iketz. It's divided up into many different categories and steps in an infinite way. That's called Chad Lafum Shur, each one according to his own measure. But it says in Zayir in the Pasuk, it's mentioned in the Agdam of the Tanya. Neida Basha'arim Baila, the Eibishter is known. Basha'arim in the gates, Baila, her husband, right? This is in Eishes Chayil. Eishes Chayil goes on the Neshama. Baila goes on the Eibishter, and the Eibishter is known to the wife, to Yidden Basha'arim. Within Basha'arim, like the Zayir Da Kucha Berich, goes on Elakus. The EU is Yadev is Dabek. He is known and attaches itself. L'chol Chad, to each one of us, we are called Eishes Chayil. Teres Baila, L'fu Mad Mishar, believe it, according to what the Hashara we have in our own hearts. In other words, we have different Madregas of Neshamas, different capacities of intellectualism, and different Mesido Nasinites Bonanos. The measure of our his Bonanos affects the Madrega of Gili Alakus, the Madrega of Ahava. This whole shtickle is in the Agdam of Tanya. For this reason, Nikroim Avas Hashem and Yiras Hashem are called the Chilu, Rechim, Yira, and Ava, and Staras Hashem. They're secrets that are known only to the Eibishter. Because V'teiru mitzvahs, which are behavioral learning, and doing mitzvahs, this is revealed to us and to our children. Last days to do. In other words, every Jew knows how you put on film. Every Jew knows how to learn Bereshit Zbon Elokim. Ki Teira Achas, Umishpat Echad, L'kulanu. We have the same Teira, same words, and the same mitzvahs, same acts for all of us. B'kiyum kol ha'teiru mitzvahs b'chinas ha'mais. When a Yid learns Teira and does mitzvahs, we're all doing it exactly the same. Moshe Rabbeinu's tefillin are exactly the same as mine and yours. Mash'enikim b'tchilu rechim. As opposed to when it comes to Yiras Hashem and Avas Hashem, that Yira and Ava shehem lefi hadas es avayeh. This has to do with person's hisbonenus and a person's knowledge of the Eibishter, Shemech, which is in the brain, Velev, which is in the heart, canals we discussed before. And this is where his bonenus comes in, and this becomes very, very individual. So let me repeat two nukudas. Nukuda number one is, every Ava comes through his bonenus. Since every Ava comes through his bonenus, it's Neida Bashar and Baila. A different hisbonenus, a different Seichel, a different Ava. Number two, this idea of Neida Bashar and Baila, that every Ava comes through his bonenus, is true not just of Avas Elam, but even of Ava Rabba. Though Ava Rabba comes from the Neshama and it's a Matana from the Eibishter, upon it there's different Madregis, because it's different hisbonenus. For sure, Avas Elam, where I'm using my mind to arouse my own heart and loving the Eibishter because of Elam, my hisbonenus affects my Ava. And this is bonus in Mamala Kalam, and this is bonus in the Save of Kalam, this is bonus in Kolok Mek Lochshiv, and therefore the Ava is going to be according. But there's two Nukudas. Nukuda number one is, where I develop Midah Shabalev, Avas Hashem, and Yiras Hashem through my hisbonenus. Nukuda number two, I use my hisbonenus not to create Avas Hashem and Yiras Hashem, but to reveal the Pintel Yid, the Avas Hashem and the Yiras Hashem, which is in my Neshama. And that's what he's going to be discussing right now. In other words, the way I think we should learn it is this. Hatzad HaShava in all Avas is his bonenus. Hatzad She'ein Shava in all Avas is Neida Bashar and Baila. It's called Anastasis. No two people are alike, no two Avas are alike, no two hisbonenus are alike. Still there's a close distinction. In the lower madregis, my hizbonus creates my midah shabalev. In the higher madregis, my hizbonus is not creating my midah shabalev, it's revealing my midah atzmis, which is in the neshama. Well, we're fond of calling Klal Yisrael, Kol Yisrael, Kolos Yisrael. So now he's going to start talking about different madregis of Ahava. But the emphasis in the madregis of Ahava we're going to have from now till the end of Perek Mabdalet is in your name of Ahava that have to do not with my avodah, with my neshama. There's also his bonus involved. Let's do it in neshama. Look at that say. There's one more madreg of Ahava. Haklul lemekol machin is a madregis which includes all levels. Ahava Rabba ve'Ahava Selam. Sai people holding on the higher madrega of Ahava Rabba. Sai people holding on the lower madrega of Ahava Selam. V'yishav v'chol nefesh Yisrael is equal in all the Jewish people because it's v'yirusha lonim Yahweh Seinu. It's Yerusha from the office. And he actually brings two madregas in this achas. Yeah, he says there's one Ahava which is the same for all madregas, and he brings two. Why are these two shaveh? Because these two are not about my neder b'shar and b'ayla, they're about my neshama. So you're going to say the first one today, and the second one tomorrow. I know Mashikos of Azir, the Zayir says, Apostle on the Pasuk, Nafshi, my soul, Ivisicha, desires you balayla v'gemer at night, and so forth. What's the pshat, my soul desires you by night? When it's dark spiritually, and you don't see and feel a lakus, Nafshi, my soul, Ivisicha, wants a lakus because it's light, because it's night. Touch the Zayir. The Yeracham Lukuch, B'richa Uruch, Musa the Nafsha V'ruch. A Yid loves the Eibishter. Ahava do with his nefesh and his ruach. Kama de is dapkin, in as much as it's attached. Ilain, begufa, the neshama with the guf, right? The gufa, rachem lein v'chuli. My body loves my soul, right? Why does my body love my soul? Tell me. Kihu chayecha. Take away the neshama, and the guf dies. The guf realizes that its whole reality is the neshama. Well, guess what? The neshama also knows kihu chayecha. The neshama's neshama is the Eibishter. Just like your guf loves your soul, he's not going to say, oh, look how much avas Yisrael my guf has, he loves my neshama. That's not my ganze mitzias. The neshama loves its neshama. And the neshama is the Eibishter. My soul wants a lakus. Claim what this means. The mepnei she'ata havaya nafshi v'chai yamitim. Why do I love the Eibishter? It's not the Mesiras Nefesh. It's not the Navekleg. It's not Kibrode. I don't love the Eibishter because of the truth. I love the Eibishter because Kihem Chayenu, He is my life. Kihu Chayecha, the Lashon is. L'kachi v'sicha, if I want him. Peter, this means. Shani mis'ave v'toiv, I desire and I am desperately wanting. L'chot haver l'kus. Ka'adam ha'mis'ave l'chaya nafsh. When a person wants his soul, you and I, Baruch Hashem, we're healthy. None of us ever stops thinking, oh yeah, I wish I had my neshama. Because everything is good. But, ukishu cholish, umu'uneh, when a person is weak, and gepeinigt, and tortured, mis'ave v'tov, he desires and he wants desperately, tashav nash, love his neshama should come back to him and refresh it in a new way, like we say in the morning. Meidani, that he gave us back our pikadon. If at night we say we give the Eibishter neshama and we say we want it back in the morning. Mis'ava v'chofet, he desires and he wants, or he wants and he desires. Shetashav nafshi elov, his neshama should return to him refreshed and renewed. Kishayer mishinas, when except from his sleep. Like the kach, similarly, ani mis'ava v'to'iv, I desire and I want. Le'erein sav baruch, with the infinite light of the Eibishter, who is the nefesh of my nefesh. Just like my guf wants my nefesh wants its nefesh. Because the Eibishter is chaye, hachayim, ha'amitim, is the life of all living things. That's true. That the meaning of the words chaye doesn't only mean that he's the life of all living things. He gives life to all living things. So I want him, mitzat kihu chayecha pashat. It's not such a high madrege. Because it's selfish. I want Hashem because He gives me life. But it's atzmiistic. It's a teva by it. That's why it's shavel l'chol nefesh. Lamshiche bekebe to bring the Eibishter into me. And of course, how do I bring the Eibishter into me in a madrega of kihu chayecha? It's like the esek hatera by learning teira. Ba'akiti mishnas, when I wake up during from my sleep, balayla at night. The eraisa v'kuch abrichol kul achad, teira and the Eibishter are one. And therefore, when a yid learns teira, he's miyached himself with the Eibishter in a madrega of nafshi v'sicha balayla. I'm connecting myself to my own shadish. Like it says in Zayir, quote, the boy banash, a yid desires, because he loves Hashem so much, to get up each night when it's dark, to make every effort, in serving Hashem, it doesn't say in Eiraisa. Bepuchoni, in Avas Hashem, in serving the Eibishter, at Safa B'chol till the morning. Now what's the Pshat in Pnimis till the morning? Bis es wird werden lichtig. It'll become light in the world. Why do I want it? Because I want to connect to my own life. The next one is, again, the Madrega of Bain. Not for me, but for the Eibishter. Okay.